Hello, I'm making this video to talk about something physical and metaphysical for a change, and it's imagine if you could go in a straight line in any direction. Well, there's an infinite number of directions, defying, if you could make that straight line defy all dimensional curvature and just go in a straight line for eternity. Eventually you would go outside of the bulk. You would go outside of the universe, that line. Let's say you chose to point in a direction. And that line would eventually, if it goes forever, it will eventually run into the boundary of the universe as the universe is expanding into the bulk. Then it'll go into the bulk and whatever the bulk is consisting of, and it'll go on infinitely without ever stopping. That's my theory, is there is a straight line to infinity that defies all curvature of any phenomenon, physical or non-physical. That's a pretty deep concept. Also, if there are an infinite number of lines away from you, which we've proven by our postulate that there's an infinite number of lines. Say you have a single point, and from a single point there springs an infinite number of lines and an infinite number of directions. Well, this single point up here has those same infinite number of lines and an infinite number of directions. Excuse me. This point up here has the same infinite number of lines and an infinite number of directions. And then there's an infinite number of points that have an infinite number of lines and an infinite number of directions, going out through the bulk and through eternity forever. That's a hell of a concept, and tying all this together in the really profound thing that I'm getting, excuse me, the really profound thing that I'm trying to get at here is your consciousness with the double slit experiment. Your consciousness affects that experiment. And I wonder, have they ever done that experiment where two consciousnesses are observing at the same time? Or one consciousness is not observing and one consciousness is? Will it affect how it will affect the outcomes of the experiments? That's a pretty profound statement. But even more profound metaphysically is going back to that single point that goes on forever in every direction. Your consciousness, the thing that makes you you, the thing that makes you aware of you, your life, your family, your people, your existence, your decisions, the awareness, is the center of your eternity. And everybody has their own center of eternity. That's a pretty deep concept. No matter where you go, you're always in the center of eternity. Imagine you had a sidewalk that goes forever behind you and never ends, and a sidewalk that goes forward in front of you that never ends. And you can walk forwards or backwards on that sidewalk. And if it's in an infinite sidewalk that never ends behind you and it never ends in front of you. No matter how far you walk forward or backwards, you're still in the center of eternity. So this postulate is you can never escape the center of eternity, the consciousness. So when two consciousnesses split, the double split experiment, I think we're going to see some spectacularly strange results, especially with different quantum mechanical effects and quantum mechanical experimentation. Thank you.